What's going on, guys? Skill87 here, and today we're going to be reviewing God of War 3, which is a PlayStation 3 exclusive, one of the most respected names in gaming, and to some, the golden standard of what a single-player game should be. Now, truth be told, I've never been a real big God of War fan. I played 1, 2, and 3. For God of War 3, it took me 2 days to beat it, just non-stop kind of play. Not really non-stop, it was on and off. For whatever reason, every hour or two I had to stop playing, I had to do something else. I just couldn't really sit there and marathon it. I really tried to, but some parts of the game are just relatively boring to me. I'm not really big on puzzles, and yeah, it's just me. God of War is a little of everything. It has puzzles, it has platforming, it has a lot of hack and slash, and some, action sequences. And apparently this year there's some reading involved too. For the most part, this was a pretty damn fine game. Like, I had my doubts about it, and I still am not a big fan of it at all, but it was a damn fine game. Graphical beast. My only real gripe with it, well, I have two gripes with it. One I'm going to talk about in the review, and one I'm going to talk about right now. It's short. It's short and has a very bad ending. It's possibly one of the worst endings in gaming history. That ain't no exaggeration either. Everyone I know on my PSN friends list who has the game, I'll say the same thing. What the hell kind of ending was that? We go through epic boss fight, epic boss fight, epic boss fight, epic cutscene, not so epic ending. So let's get straight down to the review. Straightforward. The story of this game is relatively simple. Kratos wants to kill Zeus and all the gods and conquer Olympus. Alright, next. Graphics. The graphics in this game will have your jaw dropped. Now, some professional reviewers have stated that this is the most powerful and most advanced game on the PS3, while others have stated this is a beautiful game for the most part, and at times not so much. I, for one, say this game pretty much the entire time had my jaw dropped. I was like, damn, this game really looks nice. The backgrounds look great, water looks great, blood looks really nice, and especially Kratos' character model is beast. Like, nothing really bad about the graphics at all. I mean, if you played the demo, which had, like, no detail whatsoever, and played the final product, like, the lighting and the shading is, whoa. Like, that, the difference is that noticeable. Sound-wise, I'm a real big fan of the movie Gladiator. I watched it about 4 times now, and I love the soundtrack in Gladiator. God of War 3 soundtrack takes a big shit on Gladiators. Like, it has that epic feel to it, like Gladiator. It just has a very, like, action feel to it. Like, you feel badass with this crazy music in the background. My only gripe with sound-wise is Kratos' voice actor is very good, but the gods' voice acting felt very weak. Like, Zeus and Hades weren't intimidating at all. Like, I'm like, you're supposed to be Zeus, you're supposed to be Hades. You sound like you ain't shit. And the sounds of weapons collapsing, monsters, and other sound effects were relatively weak in my opinion. But Kratos' voice acting was very good, and very convincing and very epic, especially the beginning when he calls out to Zeus. Let me see. Control-wise, the controls of this game are very responsive, simple, and straight to the point. There's nothing hard about the controls whatsoever. And if you're one of those people that just can't comprehend the God of War controls, then you are very slow. Because God of War 3 couldn't make it any more simple. Like the majority of moves in this game are like not even like, it's like God of War 1 where you have to press like 1,000 buttons just to do a simple combo. Square, square, triangle, triangle, square, triangle, whatever. And in this one it's more simplified. A lot of the combos are stringed to holding 2 buttons at once now. Much simpler. Now let's get down to the gameplay. My little gripe with it. My one problem with God of War, even in God of War 1 and 2, is you got all these weapons to choose from, but in the end, your 2 starting blades are your most versatile and useful weapons. You have no incentive to use these other weapons other than just using them for shits and giggles. There's no actual purpose between the other weapons. Yeah, you got the Hercules gauntlets, which are used to break shields and shit, but that's about it. You don't really need them. You got the Hades claws, you got some little lightning chain shits, and they're relatively useless. I've upgraded all my weapons all the way except the Hades Scythe shits because they're gay, and I found myself constantly going back to the very starting weapons because I was able to kill enemies. I was able to swing that weapon in circles. I was able to fight hordes of enemies and enemies, like single enemies one-on-one with those weapons. I found the other weapons to be rather useless besides the Hercules gauntlets. So I feel that's a little unbalanced. How about maybe in the next installment or their next IP, or to any professional watching this video, how about if you're gonna add a bunch of weapons to the game, give us enemies that can only be killed by said weapons, so I actually have a reason to fucking use them over the starting weapons, which are balanced and pretty much shit on all the other weapons. That's just me. I don't know. But yeah, that's it for the gameplay. Lasting appeal, this game has lots of replay value, lots to unlock. It has a couple of extra modes on the side. The trophies are relatively easy to gain. So this game does have a lot of replay value. There is no online to this game, but God of War is not an online game. It's a straightforward one-player game. Now what's good about God of War, I will give it props. God of War 3 is a throwback to what gaming used to be. Back in the day before console online got popular, one-player games were really epic. Now these days, games have like short single-player campaigns, even though God of War 3 is short, but they're not done very well, and they feel more like add-ons than anything. And you feel like most game developers concentrate more on the online and the single player. That's not the case with God of War 3. God of War 3 caters to the single player, the old school gamer, and for those looking for a true epic single player experience, you will love God of War 3. For those looking for something new, you will like God of War 3. For those who don't really like hack and slash games but want something different, you will like God of War 3. Everyone likes this game. I will say though, like I said, the gameplay and balance has kind of bugged me out, but I don't know, that's just me. But God of War 3 is the all-around good game. There's a little something for everybody. Action, platforming, puzzles, all that jazz. The boss fights are truly amazing. The graphics will have you floored, and just an all-around good experience. Good job, Santa Monica. I give God of War 3 for the PlayStation 3 a 9 out of 10. Like I said, sometimes a game being too short can really hurt the score. And when you can beat a game in 8-9 hours, that to me really hurts the game. I mean, you got games like Assassin's Creed and Yakuza that are lasting people over 20 hours, and you got God of War 3 graphical beats 8-9 hours. I feel that I'd rather play the less graphical game and have a long experience than the more graphical game, more powerhouse graphical game, and have a one-day experience. So that's just me. But yeah, once again, 9 out of 10. Peace.